people, it's your girl Adeola. First of all, some good news. Mr. Reno Mokri, that's the special advisor to the president on social media, had been tweeting that the Lagos International Airport has been renovated. I said yes, you know, I get so excited whenever the Nigerian government finally pays attention to some of the things that we've been shouting about. I was so excited, telling all my family members I'm coming home, the airport has been renovated, until I saw the pictures that the man started sharing. I said there must be a mistake somewhere, because all I see here is that they've repainted some of the walls and replaced the fluorescents, and an old luggage belt was also replaced. Maybe they did something on the floor, I don't know. No offense, but here we call that maintenance, just simple maintenance, something that should be done periodically. We don't exactly see that as a renovation, big project. So if people can send me better pictures of this marvelous transformation, maybe I will be convinced. Because very soon now they will tell us they are spending billions of naira on repainting walls and stuff like that. And please, before you say that I don't like to talk about good things about this government, please don't forget that 2 weeks ago and last week I talked about how they built new trains in Lagos. That is very impressive. So please, it's not that I don't want to say good things, but if you've traveled outside Nigeria, or even if you just Google airports in other places like Dubai, Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates, this so-called renovation will not impress you. I'm very serious. I mean, these people have oil, we have oil too. We became a nation before they became an emirate. Even South Africa and Singapore, we got our independence before these countries did. They have better airports. There is no reason why we can also have enviable airports in Nigeria. So please, Nigerian government, now do do more than repainting our airports. Now to some serious issues. In one day alone, we had 3 explosions in Nigeria this week. This next video is graphic. Now don't say I didn't warn you, but this is what happened at Emap Plaza in Abuja last Wednesday.
Hey, go, sit down here. Sit down here. No, somebody go help this guy now. That woman still dey move.
My deepest sympathy to the family members of those who lost their loved ones. At least 21 people died that day. A lot of them young people. They just gathered to watch the Nigerian football match. And to say that this is the Federal Capital Territory on fire, that is the same city where Mr. President lives. And that same day, there was an explosion in Apapa, Lagos that killed at least 4 people. Now, the police have been telling us that that was just a tanker that exploded, that this has nothing to do with Boko Haram. Meanwhile, eyewitnesses and journalists have been reporting that it was a car bombing carried out by a female suicide bomber. Hey, you see what I'm saying? They said it's just that she was not successful in killing that many people. People have been circulating the picture of the gas tanker, the one that the police said exploded. They said the tanker is still intact because up to now, no one has seen the remains of an exploded tanker, as the police claimed. And we also see the picture of the car that exploded, the car that they said that the suicide bomber used. But you know, who am I to say that the Nigerian police lied? God forbid, to fear kwa. But if you live in Lagos, my people, please be extra careful, especially where a lot of people are gathered. Some people will tell me, Adeola, forget that one. They can never bring their madness to the west. They can never bring their madness to the south. I said, shoo. Was it not recently that the policemen detonated bomb at Living Faith Church in Owerri, that is in Imo State, where about 10,000 people worship? That is not in the north, my people. That is actually in the south. Honestly, nothing stops Boko Haram from taking a bus from anywhere in the north to other parts of Nigeria. Maybe we don't check people's luggage before they get in the bus now, do we? And I'm not trying to scare anybody. I just think we need to be more cautious. I think we need to put in more preventive methods, and we need to go after these guys and fight them. Now, the 3rd explosion that day happened in Adamawa. I am so glad that no one died in that bomb explosion, but this is no longer just a northern crisis. I wonder what would happen if all the civil servants in Nigeria should go on strike. Don't you think that we would get the attention of the government? And tell me, if all the Nigerian churches and the Nigerian mosques start to speak out against all these atrocities, don't you think that these politicians will pay attention? Because They need your vote. No, really, I'm upset because these Boko Haram fighters, in my opinion, they cannot be more than 3,000 to 5,000 people. Meanwhile, Nigeria has the largest army in Africa. So what exactly is going on? All that the presidency is focused on right now is the coming election 2015. Speaking of elections, by the way, you know the distribution of rice in Ekiti worked so well. I talked about that last week. A former governor, Ayo Fayose, who was arrested by the EFCC for embezzling about 416 million naira, has been re-elected. It's more than $2.5 million, by the way, and the case is still in court. Despite the fact that he bribed people with bags of rice and 2,000 naira each, and despite the fact that they brought in trucks loaded with fake ballot papers. Dr. Doyin Okupe, that is the senior special advisor to the president, went on national TV and said it was the Lord's doing.
The truth of the matter is that, you know, once God has a hand in something, you know, then half of the battle or 3/4 of the battle is won. This was just the Lord's doing.
Really, Dr. Okupe? Really? The devil is a liar. So this man believes in God. With the way you guys have been ruling Nigeria, so you believe in God?
The fellowship that came to my office, you know, I think I met with him about 3 or 4 times. He's a broken man. He's a man that has gone through the wilderness experience.
Praise the Lord, somebody. Now he's a changed man. I mean, these are the same people that helped him to rig the election. I mean, to win the election. So do you think that he would go to them appearing like a hooligan? No.
The day he came to me, my guys told me later, about a week later, that he was on a 7 days fast. He had not eaten for 7 days.
I beg, he don't do. Say stop it. What is the meaning of that? This is an embarrassment. Was it after the 7 days fasting or before that he started distributing rice? Now they are quoting the Bible for us. After withdrawing the case against Abacha's son, the one that stole 446 billion naira, more than $2.7 billion. So when Transparency International condemned the withdrawal of the case against Abacha's son, the Nigerian government said, I beg, hold on, Transparency International. We, the Nigerian government, we are still busy investigating this family. We are carrying out investigations in the United Kingdom. Go and ask somebody. So you are investigating the money abroad, but the one at home, you don't fit. Now he wants to be the governor. You see, I knew it. I knew that something has been cooking on the ground. Meanwhile, it's been at least 75 days now that the Chibok girls were kidnapped. If you're wondering what the government has been doing, nobody knows. Except that they're trying to cover up not doing anything by signing a contract with an American PR company, paying them $1.2 million. That is almost 200 million naira, by the way. Yes, the money is for the PR company to counter our perception that this government has not been doing enough to bring back our girls. Unfortunately for the Nigerian government, somebody in the company has been talking too much. They made it known to the media that we've been hired to change the international and local media narratives on Nigeria's effort to find the missing girls. The company is called Levick, if you want to check them out. They're in Washington, D.C. and they're getting paid $1.2 million, like I said, just to create articles for the Nigerian government, advertisements that would say that the government is doing a good job. They will also produce videos and design new websites, painting the Nigerian government good. Yep, that's about the only thing that the Nigerian government has been doing. Boko Haram has a reputation of taking drugs and leaving hundreds of used condoms whenever they migrate from a camp. You guys don't think that Boko Haram is just looking at these girls since they kidnapped them, do you? Oh, please. I don't understand why our government would not care about these girls. And they have daughters, they have young girls. That is what I don't understand. I honestly appreciate those that are still protesting, like the US coalition rally held here in New York last Friday. Thank you so much, everybody that came out. These are pictures of some of the people that came out, and also a viewer sent me a short video he made of what he believes that Fela Anikulapo Kuti would be singing if he were to be alive at this time. It's a very short video, but let's take a look. Sudanese government is really getting on my nerves. They're really getting on my nerves. That pregnant woman that was in prison for marrying a Christian, you know, the one that I talked about a few weeks ago, you know that she was later released? Yes, even though they made sure that she delivered her baby in the prison where she was shackled. Yes, you know, I was so glad when they released her. I said thank God, though, only for them to arrest her the next day, the very next day, at the airport on her way to the US with her husband. Guess what they are now charging her with? Using a South Sudanese passport instead of a Sudanese passport. I said, who cares? Who cares which passport she has? Maybe she became a South Sudanese citizen. Why should that matter? A lot of Nigerians here, they use their American passport or their Canadian passport or their UK passport. That is not a big deal. I think that they're just looking for an excuse to kill this woman. We found out that her brother is the one behind the whole drama. Can you believe? You know that he was the one that went and filed a report that his sister has married a Christian, which was why they arrested her the first time and put her in prison.
أول حاجة يقول لك أنا أخو المدانة أبرار الهادي ما اسمها مريم اسمها أبرار الهادي.
It was when she started a master's degree in Khartoum that Al-Hadi says she met her now husband Daniel Wani. Al-Hadi says Wani fed his sister magic potions to convert her to Christianity. Wani says until the trial he'd never met the man claiming to be his brother-in-law.
What is it you want?
واحدة من الاثنين تابت ورجعت لدين الإسلام ورجعت له حضن الأسرة. نحن أسرته ونحن أولى بها مستعدين ليه والله نخطها في حبايب عينينا ديل. وإن أبد يقام عليه حد الردة طوالي. أنا لكن ليه أرضي مثلا إنسانيتي أو أرضي عواطفي في غضب ربي.
Can you believe that? You want your own sister dead so that you can be rewarded in heaven? Hey, wonders shall never end. So if she converts to your religion, you will see her as the apple of your eyes. I find that really hard to believe. Anyway, after the woman was released, this same man went to dispute her release, saying that the family was not aware that they were going to release her. He argued that this is a disgrace to Islam, and if they let her go, this would tarnish the honor and the reputation of the family. Can you imagine that way of thinking? So I honestly don't believe that this has anything to do with her travel documents. No, I think that this is just an effort to get her killed. And please, this is not an excuse for people to abuse Muslims. Every religion has their own extremists. So please, my people, keep this woman in your prayers. I think that she's been through enough already. To have a baby in prison alone is traumatizing enough. Why not leave her alone? Her and her husband are now taking refuge at the American embassy as the government is talking about sending her to at least 7 years in prison. But you guys know I don't know much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. My first shout out today goes to the beautiful Ghanaian teenager who got accepted into 24 universities here in America. Yes, Akosia Bekwi, my sister. You know I do well. That girl is brilliant. 24 universities, and 7 of them are Ivy League schools. Oh my God, so what? It's a well-known fact that Ghanaians are very smart, you know, which is why all my Charlie do well in school. Seriously, I'm really proud of this lady, and I know that a lot of Ghanaians are proud of her as well, especially her parents. And you know, they've really sacrificed a lot. The father talked about how he left a very good paying job in Ghana to come to the US just so that his children can get the best education possible. Charlie, we are so proud of what you are doing. I heard that she's coming to Columbia University in New York. You know, it would be really nice to meet her. Now, my second kudos for today goes to... guess who was featured on CNN's African Voices this week?
In Rwanda, flying a plane is a rare career aspiration, but for a woman, it's unheard of.
Growing up, I'd wanted to be a pilot when I was 4. Really well-traveled. I'd never really been to a cockpit, but I used to see a plane in the sky and I imagined that thing must be flown by someone.
At 24 years old, she achieved that goal. Now at 25, she pilots regional jets for Rwanda's national airline.
That is 26-year-old Esther Mbabazi from Rwanda. She became a pilot for Rwanda's national airline carrier 2 years ago when she was 24. Her dad died in a plane crash when she was young, but she did not let that stop her dream of becoming a pilot. I love that. In fact, it made her want to be the best pilot that she could be. And I like how she put it. She said, you don't stop driving just because someone that you love got hit by a car. I was like, woo, sister, preach. Preach it, preach it. Too many people let an unfortunate incident stop them from pursuing their dreams. That should not be so. Let her be an inspiration for you today. She attended a pilot school in Uganda. By the way, speaking of Uganda, the presidency recently banned a TV station because they aired the footage of Mr. President sleeping at a function. Yeah, so Uganda. But you know that is a topic for another day. The man has been in power for too long and he's tired, which is why he's sleeping. But no, he's not ready to step down for somebody else to take over. But you guys know I don't like to gossip, within be my own. As I was saying about the beautiful Rwandan pilot, she said that it has not been easy because a lot of people criticize the fact that she's a woman. I said, I beg, my sister, don't mind those people, Jare. We are very proud of what you're doing. Just keep it up. Someday I'm going to board your plane. You know, guess what? I'm just keeping it real. Moving on to the Gambia.
I'm doing well for my people, and my faith is in the Almighty Allah.
Stop it. Who asked you? Why are you acting as if you've not had the breaking news? Hey, my people, it has happened. Hey, whoa, Mr. President impregnated a lady she's not married to. Hey, this one passed me. Not be me talking. It is the Gambian people themselves that reveal the secrets to Koledowo, and you guys know that this one doesn't keep any secrets. Yes, I share all this while Jammeh has been doing it with young Gambian ladies who want scholarship to study abroad. Kai, he's not only doing he's doing everything. I said, I was so shocked too, because this man portrays himself as a holy man, you know, claiming that he can heal cancer, diabetes, HIV, AIDS. In fact, he does exorcism in his house, in his parlor.
Yeah, parlor.
You see what I'm saying? This is Jammeh's living room. Can you imagine? By the way, Colin, how come only women were coming for treatment? Only women were being delivered. What is going on? Mr. Jammeh sleeping with women in exchange for scholarship? How low can you get, Jammeh? Isn't that what they call adultery? As soon as the lady got pregnant, he sent her to America so that no one would know. Unfortunately, there were complications and she aborted the pregnancy. Now that the whole world knows about it, everybody related to the lady is afraid for their lives because Jammeh has a reputation of silencing people by death. You get what I'm saying? As for the lady, her name is Fatou Jaral. I think you should stay in the US, at least until Jammeh is no longer president. Yeah, so that is my advice. Who knows how many young ladies have been silenced by this man? And most of the time, their family members would know that the president is sleeping with their daughters, but who do you report to that Mr. President is banging your daughter? Who do you report to? And if the lady says no, he can destroy her and her family. It's not a secret in the presidential villa that the president is sleeping around, you know, because the women, they always come in. Yet, no one ever came out to speak with the media. Several young ladies have suffered in silence. I spoke with some Gambians. They said, you don't know how they do this scholarship in Adeola. When they fill the application, they have to put in a full picture of themselves. They said it is from there that the president's eyes will be going there. This one is hot. This one is hot. Let's give this one. He begins the elimination with how endowed the ladies are. You know what I mean? Yes. Can you imagine how ridiculous that is? First of all, the president shouldn't be the one giving out scholarship. There should be a scholarship board. Don't you think so? He normally pays them cash. Apparently, some were not that lucky. After the first year, they dropped their scholarship. Can you imagine? So, Mr. Jammeh, I'm watching you. Yes, on Plasma TV. Now the whole world knows. If anything should happen to this lady and her family in Gambia, hey, go and ask of me from Lagos. I be Lagos girl. You get what I'm saying? I will personally come after you myself.
Personally.
Thank you, my brother. I'm very grateful. Yes, I'm personally tired of. No. Be patient, my brother. I will still come back to you. But it's not every time that I say personally that you have to play something in a duel. Personal, I love you, Yare. Now, I'm trying to say that I'm tired of rulers who act as if they're gods.
Only Allah I fear. The rest they can go to hell.
Did you hear that? How can a president say such a thing?
And if I have to rule this country for 1 billion years, I will.
My friend, that is enough. That is enough. Jame wants to rule for 1 billion years. The devil is a liar. And now that the whole world knows about your libido disease, Jame, my only advice is for you to step down. I can only advise you to step down, no? Can't go, Jame, my brother. Moving on to the World Cup.
Ara pası güzel. Gol pozisyonu var ve gol! Gol, gol, gol! Yine eşitlik geliyor. Yine Ahmet Musa kaydediyor.
I'm so proud of being an African, y'all. You know, I am so proud. You know, all the teams have really tried. Even Kenya, that is not playing. I'm so proud of their team. Guess what? Their president sponsored all the players to Brazil to go and watch the match live and direct, so that they can see their mates and be challenged to do better next year. That is great. At the same time, that can be a very painful experience for the players. But yeah, I'm proud of them. It's so sad that my Ivory Coast, has been eliminated. Can you believe? At the last minutes, just 2 minutes to the end of the game. You know, I almost cried. I said Waka. Who eliminated them? I said Ivory Coast, my Ivory Coast. You're going home. And then Ghana, you guys, you were doing so well. What happened now? What happened? You were supposed to play Nigeria in the finals. Have you forgotten that was our agreement? Because of course, Nigeria is winning the cup. Yes. I claim it, I possess it, I receive it, I embrace it by faith. Yes, by faith. These things are done by faith, my people. Speaking of faith, by the way, Ghana had spent about 10,000 on prayers, asking pastors and imams and witch doctors to pray for their team to win the World Cup. So I guess that if it didn't work for Ghana, maybe we also need to fasten our belt in Nigeria. So Super Eagles, I beg, don't go and embarrass me in front of France. Yes, I already told all my friends from France that we are giving them 2-0. As much as I appreciate these Ghanaian players, by the way, I was a bit disappointed with the behavior of some of their players. Can you imagine that one of them slapped an official of the Ghanaian Football Association? I said, yeah! Grown men slapping each other. I'm glad that the other guy slapped him back too. And then there was another Ghanaian player that was using the F word with his coach. Don't ask me the meaning of the F word. Google it. Can you imagine? This guy cussed out his coach so much that the coach started crying. The coach started crying. I said, this word has come to an end. They just paid them $100,000 cash. Each of them for, they call it appearance fee, whatever, $100,000 cash. That is different from their salaries and benefits. So only for them to start messing up. Can you imagine? Suddenly nobody could talk to them. Me, I don't tolerate such behavior. No. You said they will be watching, right? Yeah. I do not tolerate such. Don't get me upset. Did they give them this appearance fee when they were leaving? I know that Nigerian players will also collect their own. You better do well with France. Even a lot of Ghanaians were disappointed. Especially this, my brother.
Coach doesn't do well. Look at the position. Look at the position.
Chale. Meanwhile, to the shame of the enemies of progress, 2 African countries have made it to the round of 16. Yes, so Algeria and Nigeria, the 2 Nigerias in Africa. You know, last week I forgot to talk about Algeria's performance. Hey, I beg, hey, forgive my trespasses. Actually, it was Koledo's fault. Yes, don't give me that look. No, don't give me that look. You didn't, I don't know. You forgot to tell me about their performance. So it is Koledo that needs your forgiveness, by the way. This year, Algeria broke its own record. Can you believe? By winning their very first World Cup game. Not only is FIFA ranking them #1 in Africa, but I'm telling you, they are the first African team to score 4 goals in 1 match. In this tournament, 4 goals. They beat South Korea, giving them 4-2. Yes. And for the first time, Algeria qualified for the round of 16. That's the first time that such is happening at the World Cup. I am so proud of Algeria because a lot of racist people out there had been saying that no African team will qualify. I said, shoo, we are here and you cannot send us home. We are going home with a cup. As for the Super Eagles, come here, let me talk to you. Hey, I don't just talk. I put down my money wherever I'm talking. Hey, you see, I'm putting down my money that Nigeria will win this World Cup. Anyone that wants to bet with me, they can go ahead. Call it a war. How much is this? $2? Why are you embarrassing me like this? I told you to put in real $2. $2. What do you want that to do? These guys are getting paid like millions of naira. Oh boy, you are playing with your job. You are playing with your job. I told you to put in real money. Where was I? Super Eagles, you better do me well. Hey, don't disgrace me in front of France. You see, I'm putting down my money. I just added $2 more. That is something for somebody. Don't disgrace me in front of France. So if not, I will ask this my Ghanaian brother to analyze your performance as well.
We need to use the third materials. Look at the position. Look at the position.
Bless you, my brother. Bless your soul, Jare, my brother. I'm just giving it real. Before I read emails today, I'd like to give you guys an update about the song that I was working on. Story call it the word Stop Crying. I told you to stop crying. Anyway, we were not able to meet our target in racing points for the song, but you know, I'm not giving up. Someday the door would open and I'll be able to produce the song. Meanwhile, this one would not stop crying about that. And in any case, if you have pledged towards the song, don't worry, you will not be charged, since I wasn't able to raise the whole money, so you will not be charged at all. Nevertheless, I really appreciate everybody that pledged. Thank you so much. It's good to know that there are people out there who care about the project, so thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Our first email today is from Olufemi Oluseun, and he says, hi Adeola, I know you might have seen this before, and I think you should use it in one of your episodes. I wonder why people are so blind and dumb. He sent me the video of the South African pastor that made his church members eat grass. I have actually talked about that before, but thank you for sending it to me. If you want to send me something, please try to Google Keeping It Real plus that issue that you're trying to send to me, just in case I've talked about it. But thank you so much for sending it to me. I really appreciate it. Our next email is from Bright to Korua, and this person says, hi Adeola, I hope you're doing well. We applaud your efforts, but it can be very annoying to a lot of people when you talk about a so-called one Nigeria and you still refer to mainly the usual Hausa, Igbo, and Yoruba like they're the only existing tribe. I am so sorry that I don't always talk about other tribes. I'm gonna try my best to always include all the other tribes as well, but thank you so much for bringing that to my attention. And our last email is from Bola from Toronto. He actually sent me pictures of some Nigerian soldiers that have been killed in the fight against Boko Haram. It's very touching. One of them is a very good friend of this viewer. So these are some of the pictures that he sent to me. My deepest condolences to their family members. This is Colonel Kabiru Salisu, and this is Lieutenant Colonel Nwaeze, and also this is Lieutenant Kenneth Onuba, and this is Lieutenant Shina Oluwafemi, and this is Major Olalekan Akintola, and that's actually the person that's a very close friend to this viewer. Thank you so much for sending their pictures. I'm so sorry for all the soldiers that have lost their lives in the fight against Boko Haram. May their souls rest in peace. I just can't wait for this to be over, honestly, for this whole Boko Haram thing to be over, because there was a time that we did not have this problem called Boko Haram. So I can't wait for it to be over. Thank you so much for sending it to me. Well, that's all the time that I have for emails today. Please keep sending your emails to adeola.keepingitreal@gmail.com. Alright y'all, it's been real and I'm keeping it real right up in here. Until next week, I'm gonna see y'all later. Peace out.
Welcome to Forstview Luxury Hotel. At Forstview Luxury Hotel, we offer excellent service. Our rooms have all the necessary facilities to make your stay comfortable and memorable. You will also have access to internet service, breakfast, 24-hour power supply, full air condition, free international calls, free tire pumping service, and free car battery charge. So what are you waiting for? Quickly visit Forstview Luxury Hotel. We are located at #1 Adeola Mishile off Raji Rasaki Road, First Estate, Amuwo, Odofin Stack, Lagos. For more information or reservation, please call us on 08075787135 or 08099900601. You can also take advantage of our online ongoing promo at www.forceviewhotel.com to make your reservation and payment for your favorite room, which attracts a discount rate. Please note, rooms are reserved based on first come, first serve. Forstview Luxury Hotel. Experience the home of comfort. They come.